Hey Kay, thanks for doing this with me today. I know you recently got an offer, so I wanted to get a quick testimonial from you for some of our future students. Just really how the program was for you, and maybe I'll ask you a couple of questions and kind of go from there. And anything else you obviously want to share, feel free. Maybe let's just start with an intro, just a little bit about your background. Maybe what were you doing before you came to the training with Agile Academy?
Yeah, thank you, Pavitra. Before I joined AA, I worked for Intel as an strategic industrial engineer. But before then, I had my own startup in the C2C e-commerce phase. And I grew that to 7,000, to the Android launch, iOS launch, I would grow to 7,000 plus users before I finally dissolved the company and then made a switch to Intel as an industrial engineer. I actually started with Intel as a manufacturing tech. And then Intel paid for my school to get my master's as an industrial engineer, and then I took on the industrial engineering role. But I'm great at my job, one of the top engineers, but I missed that passion in the products, customer interaction, that the market perspective of thinking what users need and solving that feature and the whole innovation. So I kind of was comparing the adrenaline I felt and the sort of work satisfaction when I did my startup, and that was missing a lot. So I needed to switch back. And that's what just gonna led my whole journey into looking for a way to get back in the field.
That's cool. Yeah, no, I remember talking to you about your own company before, so that's awesome. I guess what motivated you just to really get into the immersive training and the mentorship program with us?
Yeah, I'm someone that kind of, as I progress and as I reflect on my successes and failures and figure out, okay, what can I do better? And before finding AA, and I had in mind, I wanted to switch. I got my Scrum Master certification. After I got that certification, I took a gig within Intel as an IT Agile coach and coaching some of their teams in Agile practices and just kind of improving my skills because I needed to immerse myself in the principle of Agile Scrum and start speaking the language. So I was looking for ways to improve myself, and I was applying for job for over a year. Application, no single interview, like not a single one. And
Wow.
I changed my resume a billion times. My wife was applying for me. I was applying. We did everything. It wasn't working. So I
Yeah.
just knew that one, my resume is broken and something needs to change. And I've done every possible, I've used all the AI softwares to upgrade it, nothing. Um,
Mm,
I just realized that also while even hoping for an interview, I need to continuously like keep growing my skills and knowledge about Agile and Scrum. So long story short, I was just looking for a system. I wanted to join a system that works to kind of get the support. And I found you guys. And when I found you guys, it was like, what is this? And from the first salesperson I spoke to speaking to you, Parvita, and then to
yeah.
Vivek, like everybody, I was having goosebumps just like I'm having right now. It's like these people are a powerhouse. You guys thought about the whole process from beginning to end, like every facet of career switch for a person to like bulletproof them. So I was so excited. The more I learned more, the more I was so excited. And I was like, this is it. Like I need this support. I need the system in order to make sure that I become successful.
Yeah, yeah. No, I remember you met us in like you found us in Facebook or Instagram or where was it?
I don't remember in detail, but I know I do see your ad on Instagram every now and then. I was like, I'm already in the system, stop wasting this ad money on me. But your ad are
Oh
pretty.
my
I know I was
God.
looking online,
Yeah.
I was looking on Google. I feel like I found you guys on Google first and then reached out. I'm not sure, or if I saw
Mm.
an ad on Instagram, I was like, "Whoa, this is it!" And then I reached out and then got the first call. Was it David or Dave? Or he was great. I don't know if you can help me remember the name. Uh, the guy I initially spoke to, he wasn't your sales. He
Oh,
was in
yeah, yeah,
sales
yeah.
and then
I mean,
flipped.
he's no longer with us, but yeah, I remember,
Yeah,
okay, that's you
yeah,
had that first conversation and then I think
yeah.
Vivek jumped on a call with you and then
And
you
then
I
you,
connected. Yeah.
yes.
Okay. I remember now. If you want to share like a memorable moment or just like a key learning from the
Okay.
program that you can kind of think of anything.
Okay, I have a couple, but first I'll just give a bigger picture. I think one thing I like about you guys that's very memorable is you guys' passion from every single staff, from like
Mm,
first person you speak to every single process. There's so much passion in seeing somebody being successful, in going above and beyond to help the person. Another great thing is accessibility, like the accessibility to every single staff, the developers,
mm,
mentors. As a co-founder of Vivek, like you guys are very accessible. You guys are part of 90% of the weekly interview sections. You guys are there observing, you guys are giving input, you guys are passionately telling people what to do to be successful. Vivek, got into some of my private room interviews, observed, gave his input, cheered me up.
Hmm.
All of you are very supportive. So that passion and accessibility is just really great to have that support. And then just specifically, obviously, with the success of getting my job, finally, is with the support. Like when I reached out, very last minute, it doesn't matter. You guys are not hung up on, oh, I have to follow this process of all of that. I reached out very last minute that I need help preparing for the interview. And you just got on board, put a lot of mentors together for me, three of them, Michelle, Shifali, and Adre, and they spent their
Hmm.
weekend mentoring me and making sure I was ready for the interview. And that changed the whole game for me. I was very
Yeah.
prepared. My confidence, even after that first session that we had with them, two of the mentors wanted to meet again on Sunday because they wanted to expand my knowledge. And it just, so like that passion and like that went a long way for me to be able to secure this job, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, even in this job search, right? Like, I mean, just because like somebody goes through the program, like there's no like job guarantee, it doesn't mean that there's no challenges. I'm sure you faced many personal professional challenges. You kind of went through your job search. Is there any specific challenge that like you were in? How did you kind of overcome that? Because I mean, I know you had multiple second, third rounds. Like you just didn't give up. Like most people are like, oh my God, like I'm getting, rejected on second, third, and it's been like five, six interviews. Like I'm not gonna get this job or this is not for me. And I've seen that happen with so many other people. But I was just so appreciative of you, just like you kept showing up, like no matter what. And so maybe like walk me through a little bit of that like mindset, but also if there were any challenges that you did face while being in the job search process and like how did you overcome that?
Yeah. No, that's a good question and a very difficult one. And I don't blame the people that quit along the way. It's pretty hard. You really have to have a tough skin and really a mindset of growth. And
Hmm.
just know that it's okay to fail. And
Yeah.
failures only makes you, a stronger person. When I did my startup, maybe that's a little advantage I have, is up there. My
Yeah.
wife ended up
Yeah.
framing that for me, my picture there. It has a quote, and
Mm.
is every little sweat, big or small, builds in your entrepreneurial journey, builds into the more stronger, confident person that you are. And I had a lot of failures, but I also had great successes. So I really
Yeah.
that gives me a picture of you could fail, but just keep your eyes on the goal and just keep going. Challenges, I think there are two part of challenges I had. One was in the pro bono, like having to show
Hmm.
up in classes, learn every single material just to really make sure you're prepared to go into the market. Because I had my own full-time job and it was very
Mm.
demanding. I have two kids, like life
Yeah.
was
A
crazy
wife,
for
two
me.
kids. Yeah.
So like there was no time for anything, but I knew I needed a change and I needed to make it work. So
Mm.
how to dedicate time through it all. The pro bono was also demanding, but I knew that hey, if you really gonna be able to top the game, you have to do as much as you can. So I give everything my 100%. Getting the rejections, yes. So the
Hmm.
VA, I wake up every morning till at like 3 a.m. in the morning. If I wake up and then I see my phone as applications from the VA, 20, 50 plus, and then before the next day, that week, you get a lot of rejections, which obviously you're putting a lot of numbers out there. So there's going to be a lot of
Yeah,
rejections.
totally.
But in that
Mm.
rejections, I'm also getting interview scheduled 2, 3, 4, 5 in a week, back to back every single week. Um, so the rejections, I knew the process was working. My issue wasn't the resume. And then I go to calls with recruiters because I over prepare. I do have my own external sheet where I track everything, every single conversation, timeline with these
Mm.
recruiters on the company, detailed note about their company, what they're looking for, and then like my own summary of my story, how I can connect to them. So my calls with recruiters are like I jump it pretty fast. Like they love me, they want to put me to the next phase. But then by the time I get to the next phase, most times rejections. I could get to the second round, third round rejection. And then I knew is most times it's not about me because I've gotten feedback from some recruiters that really wanted me to join the company. And this one was they just gave it to somebody internal. The other one was they couldn't get beneath the surface of my answers. So I just knew the process is working, and it's a matter of time. The more I grew, the
Mm,
more I learn about how to answer certain questions, the more I study the interview sections and get prep from the mentors in Agile Academy. So that kept me going. I just knew it's a matter of time, and I was grinding. And I was using every single interview opportunity as a chance to improve myself for the eventual.
mm. Yeah, I think that's what it was for you because a lot of times, you can look at it as like a rejection, like, oh, this process is not going to work, nobody's going to hire me, I'm not going to get a job. But I think you really took it as, okay, what did I not do well in this interview? What can I learn from this so that I don't make the same mistake on my next
100%.
interview? And then you kept
100%.
like showing up to work on the
Most,
gap. And I think
yeah,
you had that final moment where like everything kind of clicked. And then
yeah,
obviously you got an offer.
100%.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I'm super, super happy for you and excited for you on this new journey. I guess any final thoughts or words of like just encouragement for someone who's potentially watching this video and is thinking about Agile Academy or just really going even into tech, or, BA role or product owner role. Is it worth it? I know you haven't obviously started the role yet, but anything that you want to share in that regard?
Yeah, absolutely. If I think back, I think one thing I've realized, and even I advise families and friends, is if you're really looking to make a big change and you feel like something is not working, you need to change the strategy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you've been applying for a job on your own, looking for things, and it feels like nothing is moving. You need to switch your strategy. And in that sense, my advice, since it works for me, is put yourself in a system that works. Right? Go from being
Mm,
one man team into like a system. And that was what
yeah.
Academy provided me because it was on my own, and I needed people that knows this game, knows how it works, and have a system. So I had to immerse myself into that system in order to, open up my doors. So that was one. Two, in immersing myself into the system, I loved everything about you guys. Like you guys were very comprehensive, but then was the money piece, the amount of money I had to pay for tuition. And I was like, oh, this is a lot of money. Like, I don't want to get into any debt, looking for more opportunities, career growth, and more income. But
Yeah.
after thinking through it, I knew that I'm looking for a drastic change, and it's not gonna come
Mm-hmm.
free. And
Yeah.
comprehending everything that you guys are gonna pour into me, the opportunities in there, I just knew like it was worth it. Like I need to stop thinking small and looking at the money
Mm-hmm.
and just think about the end goal. And every time I put my eyes on the end goal, I just ignore the little hassles around, I just kind of move. So I'm as an industrial engineer, I was able to do my analysis like, you know what, this is gonna pay for itself after I get a job in less than a year. So
Yeah, and, and
uh,
and you don't have to share your salaries or anything, but like
you know,
was it worth the
it
investment for
was
you?
it was worth it 10 times. So not just the salary, in fact, the growth that I've had personally, right? The
Mm.
confidence
Yeah, yeah,
built over
yeah.
time. Like now, before I had a startup, I didn't have the whole Scrum methodology principles. I knew about it, but I didn't really get the opportunity to really practice it and grow that skill. So now I
Mm.
have that skill grown. If I'm going into this job,
Right.
knowing that I haven't done it in real life, I've gone through the pro bono, so that's given me that confidence. I'm going in there knowing there's nothing I don't know already. It's just a matter of learning
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
process. So like it was confidence level, the pay I'm getting is all worth it. So I would really advise think beyond the little small money and just focus on the end goal of the career switch you're trying to make, the better place you're going to be in life and all of those really and pursue it. And then when you get into the program, give it your 1000%. Don't wait for
Mm.
anybody to be you. Don't wait for anybody to tell you what to do. Be proactive, like pursue everything they tell you, over prepare,
Mm.
like really over prepare as
Yeah.
much as you can because it's about you, it's about you building your confidence, building your skills, and being able to learn something sooner. And Rome is not built in a day. It's gonna take a while. You might be getting interviews, but it's gonna really take a while to fully be able to speak the game and own it before you could really find that jackpot
Yeah.
with it. So go through the grind, stick through it, and it's gonna pay off. And when it pays off, you'll say, yes, you really earned this yourself. So wishing you all the best.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Thanks, EK.